The Key High football team won in week number 1, defeating West Central by a 14-0 margin. And here to preview week 2 is head coach Chad Winters. And coach, I'm guessing you've never played about 14 minutes of football and earned a victory because of it. Am I wrong?
You're not. I've never had a situation like that happen. Mother Nature wasn't on our side. We started the game a little bit earlier, jumped out to 16-0 lead there in the first quarter, left an opportunity on the field when we fumbled a QB sneak down inside the 2-yard line, and then game got called as we had first and goal at the 4 early in the second quarter. Mother Nature didn't let up much with the lightning and the rain in Lansing that night, so we would have ended up coming back on Saturday, and that was really tough for West Central to do, and we just kind of called it quits at that time, and we got the win in the win column.
Being the fact you only got to play a short amount of time, does that make it difficult to assess fully where you're at and where you want to go?
Yeah, a little bit. We're with the field conditions and stuff, you're kind of limited in what you could do offensively. The ball got wet pretty quick. We played in a little bit of rain before that lightning came. Also, we were talking with the assistant coaches, and it took away the opportunity to get some young kids that needed snaps as the game went on. We had a good feel for what West Central was going to do, had the game in hand, and that opportunity for them to get those snaps, get that experience that is going to help us as the season continues, disappeared. But at the same time, those type of field conditions, easy for somebody to tear up a knee, do something like that, some just fluke injury. So on the flip side, everybody came through healthy too. So
what were you most happy with based on the limited amount of time you got on the field on Friday night?
Where we knew what we had. Obviously, the offensive line and defensive lines were the two areas of concern coming in, because those are where we had to replace guys coming into the season, and those guys stepped up and did a great job. They were able to get to the second level consistently at the point of attack on offense. Climbing linebackers, got to continue to work on staying on blocks a little bit longer, but definitely looked good doing what we needed them to do. Just need to continue to develop depth in those positions and continue to move forward.
And this week you start your frequent traveler miles based on your schedule over the next couple of years. You make the long trip down to Central City. What do you expect Friday night?
They're a team. They played Lone Tree on Friday night, gave up an opening drive, gave up 2 quick turnovers in the first quarter, and found themselves in a 22-0 hole. And then after that, they kind of settled in, and the game became a lot more competitive. They're a very young team, going to be a very talented team in the near future as they continue to get that experience. We went down there last year and it was a complete dogfight. It was 6-0 at halftime. I think it ended up being 30-0 when the final score came to be. But those kids play hard. Matt does a great job with them down there, Coach Myers. They bought in. They got some fearless guys that'll come hit you, and not the biggest team in the world, but you know what you're getting into when you play them.
And long bus trips are something you're pretty used to over these last couple of years, where you are geographically in the state of Iowa. You're going to travel. How do you make sure that your kids are as fresh as they possibly can, and knowing the fact they're going to be on the bus for 2+ hours?
Yeah, it's always a concern. That the good thing about it is the guys are used to it. They played a pretty daunting schedule in the baseball season, where they had some long travels, especially on the weekends, to some of the tournaments that they went to. So the more experience those kids have with that, I heard some of them complaining earlier this week, we got to go to Central City for the 3rd straight year, just with the scheduling quirks that we've had over the last couple of years in high school football in Iowa. And my first response to him is, yeah, but Easton Valley and Springville are coming here for the 3rd straight year too. So I think we'll take that trade.
All right, Coach, hopefully you can move to 2-0 this Friday night. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
All right. Sounds good, Darren. Thanks a lot.
Chad Winters, head coach of the Keyhawks, looking to go to 2-0 as they travel to Central City this week.